Harley Quinn is a pop culture phenomenon, but this fan favorite character is consistently framed by her relationships, almost all of which are dangerously toxic. And not just with the Joker. Harley's life is full of characters who rarely have her best interests at heart. Why can't we simply move past people like that in our lives? Why can't Harley just quit the Joker? Who is responsible for making Harley all Harley-ish? Is it Gotham? The Joker? Batman? We wanted to talk with someone in the mental health field about Harley Quinn's relationships and how they help or hurt.
Hi, my name is Dr. Drea Letamendi. I'm a clinical psychologist, writer for Fandom, and host of the podcast, The Arkham Sessions.
Of course, the character Harley is most closely associated with is the Joker. So the big question, is the Joker truly responsible for creating Harley Quinn?
She thought she was curing him, but she was falling in love.
It's really hard to say whether one event or one person, one relationship is the catalyst for a major change in personality or in psychological features. But I do think that the Joker's relationship with Harley and the types of things that he does to her really impact her mental health and the manifestation of some of her symptoms later on. One could say that her experiences with him were interpersonally traumatic and emotionally painful, and she's found a way to reconcile that by associating love with emotional pain, love with abuse, love with being controlled. And that's not uncommon. I think I could definitely see that becoming a pattern with Harley, such that she then begins to relate to other people with a power dynamic.
Normal's is setting on the dryer. People like us, we don't get normal.
Why is it always a knife fight every single time you open your mouth?
Having said that, there may have been some pre-existing personality attributes that Harley just had.
Well, I've always had an attraction for extreme personalities. They're more exciting, more challenging.
One is the idea that she really went for it in terms of seeing the Joker as a human being, like wanting to treat him, wanting to heal him. And while I think that's really admirable, there are signs that her willingness to be isolated with him, to be one-on-one with him, is a pre-existing sign that she had a predisposition to threatening situations or an interest in high-risk situations. That would be a sign of something to be worried about even before they started a relationship together.
Whether it's a Greek tragedy or an episode of Batman the Animated Series, you can't tell a story without an inciting incident, and they're rarely pretty. But can the traumatic events fiction puts its characters through actually make people stronger?
It is important for us to experience adversity. It's how we build resilience, which is our ability to get back up again after experiencing setbacks. And Batman really embodies this concept of resilience, that he can be punched and kicked so many times and he still gets up. It's very symbolic, but it's also somewhat accurate in the sense that those challenging experiences give us these really important psychological lessons. This rings true for Harley Quinn as well, in that she's able to learn from some of the challenges and difficulties interpersonally. While Harley is drawn to risky situations and unhealthy relationships, she sometimes will understand how those experiences will keep her from healing. One of those concepts has to do with re-traumatization. So the idea that rather than be open to other, maybe more healthy relationships, she turns right back toward really volatile, abusive, controlling types of relationships. Typically it's with the Joker, but there are other people that really try to harness this like power dynamic with her as well.
Which leads to people like Amanda Waller, who is more than willing to take advantage of Harley Quinn's mental health.
Are you the devil?
Maybe.
When Harley's recruited into Task Force X, she knows that her asset, like her ability there, is this craziness, this kind of identity that Waller places on her.
What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices.
This commingling of her mental instability connected to danger, connected to some willingness to go into really risky situations, to be suicidal, to be violent, to be homicidal. And I think that while that message is incorrect, it's inaccurate, that's kind of where her place is with Suicide Squad. She's there because she's a ticking time bomb. And Waller knows that her placement there is about her willingness to go into these high-risk situations.
Complete the mission, you get time off your prison sentence. Fail the mission, you die.
If she weren't in Suicide Squad, she would still be engaging in some pretty risky situations, sensation-seeking situations, ones that would pump up her adrenaline, ones that would make her feel alive.
Oh, I love electroshock. It's a shiatsu massage for your brain.
For someone like Harley, she needs to kind of dial up those situations in order to feel a sense of existence, of power, of mattering in the world. And I think that's what makes her positioning in Suicide Squad make a lot of sense. But it's also actually quite, it's abusive. I think Waller takes advantage of the situation by putting her in these environments where Harley's going to be triggered again and again and again.
Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
Does Harley need to get the heck out of Gotham to heal and grow? Or are there actual benefits to Harley hanging out with crocodile men and guys that throw boomerangs?
Mwah! I knew you'd come through.
Harley's the right person to be in Suicide Squad or in Task Force X. But she's actually the first to be really into it, to be pretty enthusiastic about parts of the mission. And I'm certain that having purpose is really important for her. So as a psychiatry intern, her purpose was to heal. She, in fact, had one of the most challenging patients, right? The Joker is one of the most complicated cases that she ever had. And she took on that challenge and showed that she is trying to find purpose in life. And yet, despite Suicide Squad giving her a sense of validation and meaning, the bigger picture might keep her from making progress psychologically. That this is certainly a landscape that is constantly introducing threats and dangers, and that she may not be able to get out of this constant search for adrenaline, this constant search for wanting to feel alive, and finding that in Gotham City, that is exactly the right place for her if she's going to be putting herself in constant situations of risk.
While Harley continues to make friends for less than healthy reasons, we'll keep rooting for her to come out on top. And maybe spend some more time with Poison Ivy? She seems like a nice girl.